Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ngayong umaga ay pag-aaralan natin kung kanino nga ba dapat natin sinosurrender ang ating mga problema. So, cast all your anxieties because there is a God who cares. So, ang talata natin pag-aaralan ngayong umaga is 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7. Yung sabi dito, cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. So dear brothers and sisters, in the comforting words of 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7, we find teachings that invites us to release our burdens into the caring hands of God. So let's explore these lessons and engage in practical applications that lead us to experience the peace that comes from entrusting our anxieties to our Heavenly Father. So, ano nga ba ang mga katuruan natin sa talata na ito? Una is most of our fears and worries are unnecessary and a waste of energy. So, many fears and worries consume our thoughts, unnecessarily draining our energy. Recognizing that not all concerns warrant our anxious attention, help us redirect our focus towards trusting in God's care. Second is, humility includes casting all our burdens on God. True humility involves acknowledging our limitations and cast our burdens into God. So in humility, we surrender the illusion of control and rely on His infinite wisdom and strength to carry the weight we were never meant to bear alone. Third is, God cares more than we do. So God's care for us surpasses our own concerns. Understanding His immeasurable love, compassion, and understanding allows us to trust that He cares for our well-being far more deeply than we can comprehend. So what is our application? So how to live out the wisdom of 1 Peter chapter 5 verses 7. So una, differentiate between what we must do and what is beyond our capability. Wisdom lies in discerning between responsibilities we must address and burdens beyond our capacity. So as we prioritize and tackle what's achievable, we learn to release the rest in God's hand, trusting Him with the outcomes. Cast all our burdens on God without exception. So the instruction is clear. Cast all burdens on God. Make it a deliberate practice to surrender every concern, big or small. So allow God's caring nature to embrace each burden, knowing that His strength is sufficient for all our needs. Third and last is, avoid subtle arrogance. Carrying burdens alone can be a subtle arrogance, implying that we don't need God's help. So cultivate humility by recognizing your dependence on God's care. In doing so, you acknowledge His sovereignty and invite His intervention into every aspect of your lives. So what is our discussion, our main discussion? So carrying our burdens alone is considered a form of subtle arrogance for several reasons. So ano una? Self-sufficiency illusion. So attempting to shoulder burdens independently suggests a belief in self-sufficiency, an illusion that we can navigate life without divine assistance. This mindset denies the truth that we are inherently dependent on God for strength, guidance, and support. Second is failure to acknowledge our limitations. So refusing to cast our burdens on God implies a failure to acknowledge our limitation. Humility involves recognizing our finite abilities and seeking refuge in the infinite capabilities of our Heavenly Father. Third is missed opportunity for relationship. So carrying burdens alone can hinder the depth of our relationship with God. By refusing His care, we miss the opportunity to experience the intimacy that comes from relying on Him. It's an invitation to draw closer to God, acknowledging His role as our ever-present helper. In essence, choose self-reliance over entrusting our burdens to God. Reflects an attitude of subtle arrogance because it denies the reality of our independence on Him or our dependence on Him. The invitation is to humble ourselves, recognizing need for God's care and allowing Him to be the bearer of our burdens.